are going to talk a little bit about Canoe Polo, and with one of its most important components, the helmet. Little things that we wear when we play the sport. If you don't know what the sport is, go on YouTube, just type in Canoe Polo and you'll find thousands of videos on the best players in the world and how the game is actually played. In the water, with a bunch of people with these things, the paddles, get their boats moving around or to hit the balls and then flick the ball into the goal even. There's always going to be contact between the paddles and your head. These things became very, very important for us. Today, very, very exciting news. I have received a package all the way from Italy. Here we go, the package that I've been waiting for so long, and it came all the way from Italy. Prima che comincio il video vorrei dire grazie al Andrea Bertelloni di Italia, da dove sei? Chiavari, mi ha mandato questi caschi, sono bellissimi. Okay, back to English now. So the funny thing about this package, it's actually delivered by Poste Italiane, which is an Italian post company, on the internet on the day that this thing arrived in Australia. So now you know how there's these tracking numbers, and it still says it's in transit in the international distribution center in Italy. So, well, classic Italian way of doing things. Either way, I'm happy that this thing has gotten here now. Right, so everything inside the box, we got 2 face masks, stainless steel, and 2 carbon fiber helmets. This is a polo helmet, and it's got a face mask, usually made with very strong, either stainless or hard steel with paint coat covering the outside. And the helmet itself is usually made out of carbon fiber, as you can probably tell from the video here. Yep, as you can hear, they're actually quite hard, so that makes them really light and resistant to impact from other people's paddles. Now, these things are one of the most important equipment in the polo game because your head gets hit all the time, I can guarantee you that. Now, on the inside is usually a little bit of foam that's padded by ourselves, and it doesn't matter how big or small your head is, it will usually fit in the helmet as long as you do a good padding. So, on the sides, you actually need to drill either, depending on the face mask, I think 4 to 3 holes. If you got a 3-point face mask, drill 3 holes. So, all we're going to do later today is we're going to drill some holes for the new helmets that I'm getting today and the new face mask. As we know what carbon fiber looks like, it's usually weaved together and there's nothing really too special about it, really. So like this one from DPP, it's formed by a very, very basic pattern. That's how they're made usually, and this is normally what the pattern looks like. But today we have something special. Okay, so we know Italians are famous of being fancy when all their clothing style look is the best. Love that part about you guys. This is called Nido d'Alpe. So what that means is a bee's nest, really. So if you look very, very closely, you can see all these patterns that looks like a bee's nest. This is absolutely amazing. This just makes the helmet look so much better, so much cooler, so much more unique than everyone else on the field. Love that part. Love the design. Love the Italians. Viva Italia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's this 6 larger padding and then the 2 smaller one for finer adjustments. Whether that's going to be enough or not, we're going to see in a second. And I'll get started with putting it together. Now we're going to start trying to put the foam on the inside of the helmet like this old one. And the material provided by these guys does not have a built-in, what's that called, the adhesive layer. So we got to sort of buy our own adhesive, like glue or even double-sided tape, depending on how you'd like to do it. I'm going to use a double-sided tape this time. This is just temporary because I'm adjusting the paddings now still, and then I still got to drill the holes, which is going to go through the padding. If I glued everything on, it's going to create so much more problems for me later on. So at the moment I'm just using the double-sided tape to make sure how much space I need for my head to make it secure, and when it's really finalized, the position and the face mask and everything is good, and then I will put the glue on it. So double-sided tape is a good idea for you to put in the padding for the very first time, and then you can adjust very easily because it comes right off when you peel it off. So double-sided tape. So now, almost destroyed the whole table there. Now that you've done taping, you're just really gonna make sure that when you spin your head, moving up and down, it doesn't sort of like spins on top of your head as well. So this helmet is now sort of okay to do because there's one other very important element called the face mask. It has got to line up, properly, and then without the front part of the face mask touching your nose. There's going to be a problem when a ball hits your face. It's going to hurt a lot. The reason why I'm leaving the final padding to the end is to sort of like, I want to measure out where 1 to 3 points of my face mask to be before I actually drill the hole onto the helmet, and then to make the final adjustments of how I want the helmet to sit on top of my head. Let's get to it. You've got to make sure the helmet fits perfectly onto your helmet. Okay. Your face mask fits perfectly onto your helmet because this is metal. It's gonna stretch the carbon fiber itself, and then in the long term, that's not a good thing. So what we're trying to do is we're gonna try to make sure perfect match between the helmet and the face mask. The face masks we have are actually quite malleable. So these are again stainless steel, and then you can sort of change the shape. Now this is a brand new one, and you see the space on top and bottom. So if you put the screws on directly, and then it's gonna stretch the helmet itself perfectly. So this is the one that's brand new, and this is the one adjusted. So you see how this doesn't move that much anymore? You just really gotta make some small minor adjustments on yourself depending on how you want to put the helmet, put the face mask onto your helmet. So look, there isn't very much movement over here, and also I've tried to bend the little ears on this thing to fit again the surface of the helmet. So make sure you do that every time. It's just so much better for your helmet. Alright, this is it guys. That's where I think I want the position to be. And I got enough space between my nose and guard, and so is my chin. So I'm going to try to draw out dots. Alright, let's see how that goes. Before I drill the hole, I want to paint this whole thing black actually, simply because I like the black better, and then this may or may not reflect sunlight into my eyes. My face mask has always been black, but anyways, I've got this thing. I'm just going to use a tiny bit of sandpaper, so make sure the paint sticks properly. So let's get spray painting. The one I chose to use was a flat one, so you give this matte black appearance. It's not shiny, so I quite like the look. Now let's get to the exciting part where we put it on the helmet. We are going to need a drill. Here we go guys, this is literally the scariest part of the whole helmet assembly procedure. Using this relatively small drill, you want to go small to large one, and if you use a large one in the beginning, it's impossible to change where you want the hole to be anymore. And then plus, the other problem is these little things might start moving around, and if you use if you have a hole that's too big, and you don't want your face mask swinging around when you're playing a game. So make sure you start with a small one, and then slowly try to fit this thing through every time you drill the hole, and you're gonna make it gradually bigger, bigger, bigger every time. So here we go guys, that was the exact same size for the bolt to go in. See how it fits in sort of perfectly. So after the first hole is done, just put the bolt in and then lightly tuck your helmet on, and just to see what it looks like when it fits on your head. Now this is the final opportunity sort of for you to adjust where you want to put the side bolts. So make sure you do this step because you don't want a helmet that doesn't look good on you. And in the beginning, you really want to start with a slower speed because you don't want to do a very quick spin and then let the drill spin off where you want to drill. So make sure you start off slow and then slowly increase the speed of the drill. The other thing is carbon fiber is quite a strong material. I went straight through the hole, it got stuck a little bit. And then what I did is I reversed it, but I didn't let the drill to push everything out. I sort of held onto it. And as you're reversing, it actually tears apart everything that's stopping the drill from, moving. Here we go. And now we're ready for assembly. Now, the 3 bolts of the helmets are all nice and secure. So that's it guys, that's how you put a helmet together, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. For all the players around the world and the people who are not watching Canoe Polo, please do pay more attention on our sport because it's such an exciting and amazing sport that needs so much more attention. We have a World Championship coming up in 2018, I think this year it's in July. So keep following all the Facebook posts on these major Canoe Polo websites. Follow my Facebook, follow my Instagram, follow people's Instagram on Canoe Polo. Just keep watching us and hopefully one day we'll be able to get into the Olympics. This weekend I'm going to an amazing place called Canoe. It's located in Equatoria, so it's about an 8 hours drive from Sydney. We usually drive down there, it takes about 8.5 hours to drive down there, but then luckily this time we got on a flight. So we're going to fly down there on a Friday night and play a 2-day competition in Canoe to compete against all the players in Australia, and then I'm going to take this new baby with me. And also in another month, just around Easter time, we are going to have the Australian National Canoe Polo Championships. That one would be absolutely amazing. So make sure you keep following us on social media. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll keep posting about our competition. And then if you really like the video, put it in the comments and I'll look to do more things about Canoe Polo. Again, thank you guys for watching me putting this helmet together, and I'll see you guys over there.